pending in the Godolphin Blue. I think this is a horse who has been crying out for dry track. Just don't like the fact that he's drawn barrier 13. This son of Lonhro has a really strong turn of foot, as did his mother in Nemesis. He wasn't too far off them last time in the Arrowfield, and then again in the Kingsford Smith Cup at his last start. Did run fourth there behind Clearly Innocent. It was some 8 lengths away. For the Stradbroke, there's the barriers for the 1350 metre start. And a nice big crowd at Doomben for Queensland's biggest day of racing. We've already had 2 Group 1s. The JJ Atkins was taken out by Capital Gain. We had Ruthven win the Queensland Derby for Kieran Maher and Hugh Bowman. And now we have the big one. It is the Stradbroke Handicap. And more money continues for Clearly Innocent. He's going to start a clear favourite as McIntosh gets out quite noticeably now to heading towards $9 on the betting exchange. You've got Counterattack being a solid second pick at around $7.50. Hofgarten drifting, Ullman's attracting support. Regis very easy, so too Kaepernick. Egyptian Symbols about the right price, and Darren down to $13 and sort of with Crownbet down to now $11. So has been very, very well backed. And he's quite solid there, even though it has the extreme outside gate in barrier 16. But you'd have to say the best backed runner here is Clearly Innocent, and there he is on your screen. This son of Not a Single Doubt, who is prepared by Chris Lees, formerly trained by Greg Bennett, who is now no longer training. So this horse shifted to the Lees stable this preparation. He's won 2 out of his 3 starts. He was dominant at Scone, winning the Luskin Star, and then went to a new peak by winning the Group 1 Weight for Age Kingsford Smith last time out. The disadvantage today, he has to carry the 57 kilos, conceding weight to the rest of his rivals. And he's going to have to give them, you'd imagine, a start from that barrier 15. Now down to $5 on the exchange. You'll see $4.80 trimming up. If you can get $5 from a fixed point of view, if you like Clearly Innocent, I think that's the right price from what we've seen in the market. I'd imagine those totes will start to tumble down as the betting really intensifies in this last 35 seconds. Let's head now to our caller to call the action for the Stradbroke, which is David Fowler, which he's just not with us at this stage. So Clearly Innocent will still run a clear favourite. McIntosh being very easy late, $9.40 on the exchange. So you can see some bookies really winding out its price. Counterattack being a solid second pick. But all the rage is Clearly Innocent. This is going to be a big push if the Chris Lees trained runner can land the money. Let's now go to David Fowler for the call of the Stradbroke.
And Clearly Innocent now $4.60 on the QOP. $6.50 Counterattack, $8 McIntosh, $9 Ullman. Nothing much happening away from that top 4 as far as longer prices are concerned. They're loading well, 1.5 million purse, 1350 metres. Ruthven won the Derby brilliantly in a great ride by Bowman, Hugh Bowman, and Capital Gain, Jim Byrne winning the JJ Atkins. And this is the last and most important of the Group 1 trio, Queensland's signature race, and for the first time sponsored by UBet. You know, time goes in. Thank you, Pat. Last few coming up in the line. Gold Symphony and Hooked to join them. What a wonderful scene it is here at Doomben as we're on the verge of our biggest race. Wonderful weather, huge crowd. It's all the stars have aligned at the right time. Now Hook goes in, so Regis, Darren and Clearly Innocent will be the last 3 to move in. Bowman, he'd be pumped. He's one on Cell Sonic, one on Ruthven. He's riding Clearly Innocent here. He'll run the Stradbroke favourite despite the outside gate. He was brilliant in the Kingsford Smith at Eagle Farm. Can he reproduce that today? Now, Darren will be the last runner to move in. The 16 horses are just about ready to be dispatched in the UBet Stradbroke. $1.5 million up for grabs. Darren goes in, and now we're set. Ready to jump. Stradbroke Handicap 2017. There's the light. Good line. Racing. Great line out by counter-attack. He missed it by a length and a half. Great play for the early lead. Hopgarden driving through. Jungle Edge showing his customary speed. And burning front third away. Then Good Project McIntosh. He'll land fifth defence. Then Ullman and Hooked in her time. 4 wide in the early stages. Followed then by counter-attack and Egyptian Symbol. Then Geese, Gold Symphony, Impending Capernick. Clearly Innocent second last. And Darren is last of all. That's the first call. Half a mile left to run. And Kevin Forrester on the run of his life with Jungle Edge leads the way. Burning front second. Hopgarden is third. In her time doing it tough out in fourth. Then Good Project followed by Hook. Regeese is deep. McIntosh lurking. 7th or 8th near the rail. Then Ullman Impending Gold Symphony followed by counter attack. Clearly Innocent. He's on the way forward. He's got 3 wide cover. Then Egyptian Symbol, Capernick, and Darren will turn in last. The U-Bet Stradbroke field headed for home. 3:50 left to run. And despite a wide run, the mare in her time ran to the lead from Burning Front. McIntosh getting near the rail. Impending is running on. Clearly Innocent needs to lift. In her time is still a leader. Impending is running a strong race in second. In her time in front. Impending's the only danger. Impending raced up, hit the lead and won the Stradbroke. Impending from in her time. Photo third, counter attack or Clearly Innocent. Then Burning Front followed by McIntosh. Then came Good Project, Hopgarden. Capernick followed by Ullman. Then Egyptian Symbol, Gold Symphony, Darren Hooked and Jungle Edge last in a time of 1:17.93.
Impending, the 3-year-old for Godolphin wins, beating In Her Time, who was very brave in defeat. Clearly Innocent runs third, counter-attack fourth, 16, 7, 1 and 4. The numbers across the line in the Stradbroke Handicap cap. Darren Beeben wins his first Group 1 as a trainer. He's only in the position as an interim role, but he'll get his time in the sun today, and I'm sure he'll be very pleased with that performance by this 3-year-old who'd been knocking on the door in its recent runs, but really accelerated on firm footing today. Big performance from the second mare In Her Time, going down wide, doing all the work. She kicked strongly at the top of the straight, and at this point you could see the blue colours of Godolphin in Impending really starting to rattle late, and I think the 52.5 kilos for the 3-year-old In Her Time was just... Well, she wasn't labouring, but she certainly wasn't going as quick as he was to the post, and he picked her up in the concluding stages. Clearly Innocent, well, his run was fantastic, running on for third. Once again, counter-attack Honest in fourth. See Good Project and Gold Symphony going across the line there, but those up on speed, being, you can see Jungle Edge back on the inside. He finished a long way from them. And there you see Corey Brown, who gets another Group 1 win. He rode Sense of Occasion a couple of weeks ago to victory for Chris Lees in the Doomben Cup, and he gets his second Group 1 success of the Brisbane Winter Carnival aboard Impending. So there we see Jungle Edge, unfortunately finishing right near the tail of the field. Hopefully he's okay, but he just doesn't seem to go on dry tracks. Much more effective on rain tracks. Here he is, Corey Brown, catching up post-race following his win in the Stradbroke Handicap.
It was a good win, you know. I know he carried no weight, but he drew very awkward and sticky, so a little bit concerned about that. But we got to a 4-wide line with a trail, which was really, really good. He needs room, this horse. I watched his replays, and the more room he has, the better he runs, and it was all over by the time I got to about the 500. He was going really well, and he didn't run away from him with the win, but he won well. It was good.
Well done, Corey.
Thank you.
There's the interim details. 16 beats 7, 1 and 4.